Hello and welcome. I'm Kristen Burt, coming to you live from the Los Angeles International Auto Show. We are so excited today because we have Hyundai's press reveal of the 7-passenger crossover utility vehicle, the Santa Fe. And we also have a concept car coming your way as well. And we are thrilled that so many of you could join us today, from the media to Hyundai owners as well as dealership staff. This is going to be an exciting day because not only are we going to show you the vehicles, but we're also going to give you an inside look and talk to some of the people behind the vehicles, from designers to marketing, all the way to the people behind the technology. So this is what we want to do. We want to encourage you to interact with us. If you notice to the right of the screen, there's a form where you can submit questions. We are going to try and answer as many questions as possible throughout this broadcast today. So get out there, ask us questions about the vehicles, any concerns, any comments that you have for us, and we'll try and get to as many as possible today. So definitely do that now. And without further ado, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's happening today with the Vice President of Marketing for Hyundai, Steve Shannon. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Great, Kristen. Nice to see you again.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, this is exciting because this is the first big auto show of the season.
Yeah, the LA show is a great show. It gets better every year. It sort of spiritually kicks off the auto show season. Being in California, which still sets the automotive trends. In fact, we'll see a car today very much inspired by our home here in California. So it's just great to be here in LA again.
Yeah, so since we're here at an auto show, can you talk to us a little bit about how auto shows figure into marketing, especially for the strategy for the year?
I mean, auto shows are a huge part of our plan. You know, an argument could be made in marketing: if you spent your first dollar in marketing, you do it in auto shows. You get passionate people that come, they love cars, half of them are intending to buy a car. You can show your car in the most beautiful environment. There's a whole branded space. So not only are our cars about styling and technology and quality, but the whole exhibit exudes that. So it's a wonderful place to show cars to people who come loving cars. And by the way, they spend $8 to $10 to $12 a person to be here. So they want to be here to look at our great cars.
And they're going to be looking at a beautiful vehicle, the Santa Fe, aren't they?
Yes, we are just so excited about the new Santa Fe. We launched the 5-passenger Santa Fe Sport about 3 months ago. It's off to a red-hot start. Consumers love it. And now we're here to show the 7-passenger. You know, we did a smart thing, I think, this time around. And where before the Veracruz was our 7-passenger, we've decided to use this great, powerful brand name Santa Fe for both the 5-passenger and the 7-passenger. And it's going to be an incredible complement to the lineup. And we're going to show it today, and we can't wait to start selling it just after the first of the year.
Who's going to be the key market for the Santa Fe this year?
You know, it's a family vehicle. We do such a terrific job in sedans with younger and older, but we need to do a better job in families. And there couldn't be a better vehicle for that. But I think it's a new, more modern family. It's families that, you know, some people think that when you become an adult and you have kids, you forget all your passions and you just drive the kids to school. We think the opposite. That's the time to bring your kids into your life. If you love music, if you love surfing, if you love skateboarding, if you love hiking, bring your kids into that. And the Santa Fe, we're presenting as the unique enabler to help families create magic, epic events, and epic play dates.
I love that. And what are they looking for in terms of inside the vehicle? Because technology is a big deal these days.
Technology is big. I mean, they're looking for all the basics about functionality, utility, capability, but the level of technology, I'll mention BlueLink, which is our telematics brand. The amount of safety technology, entertainment, all remote door unlock, advanced crash notification. If your airbag goes off, we send for help. There's so many things that you can do in this car. It's having a search engine in your car. It's being able to remote unlock. It's streaming Pandora. There's just a whole suite of great technology services in this car that people are really looking for today. That's what they expect today. That's what they expect in their car. All that you can do, by the way, with your eyes on the road and 2 hands on the wheel.
Yeah, no distracted driving, right?
Distracted driving. Other people in the car, but the driver's got to focus. But the driver can do that. There's a fun-to-drive vehicle. It's got a great powertrain, all GDI lineup. The 3.3-liter V6 in this car is terrific. Very advanced new all-wheel drive system. So a lot of great ride and handling technology.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here because guess what? We only have about 9 seconds.
Showtime.
It is. Thank you, Steve, for joining us. The countdown begins. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President and CEO of Hyundai Motor America, John Krafchick.
Hey, everybody. It is great to see all you guys here in LA. I think it's fair to say, honestly, this is probably the biggest group of you that we've ever seen here. And while I'd like to think that's because you have a really keen interest in our California-themed concept car, Under the Drape, or in hearing more details about the 7-passenger Santa Fe, I'm thinking you're really also interested in getting an update on our fuel economy situation. Well, since our announcement on November 2nd, we've moved forward with the key goal of making things right for our customers. That's what we're up to. We've sent letters to the owners of every affected vehicle. We've spoken to literally thousands of them by phone, email, and in person at our dealerships. And we've already mailed thousands of those reimbursement cards to them. And what we believe is an unprecedented program that will reimburse these customers for as long as they own their cars. Our Hyundai dealers are focused on doing a great job explaining the reimbursement program to those owners, and they are pulling out all the stops to delight them. And it's difficult to put a number on satisfaction for programs like this one, but right now I can tell you that 90% of those people who have visited our dealerships for verification of their odometer reading are really satisfied with the reimbursement program. That's a great result. In fact, it's a higher level of satisfaction we've seen compared to any other dealer service campaign we've done. Look, we're treating this like the serious matter it is, and we're treating each customer like we'd all want to be treated. We're owning this issue, we're letting folks know we care, and we're making it right for them, again, for as long as they own their cars. This whole episode has obviously been a really difficult one for all of us at Hyundai. We've had a goal of being a fuel efficiency leader in this industry, and while the situation seems to work against that cause, I'm telling you, it's actually strengthening the collective resolve we all have to do a great job here. So our strategy to provide lightweighting vehicle actions and fuel-saving technologies as standard equipment across all our vehicle lines, all our trim levels, that will continue. And let me show you how we're doing. You guys may know we began reporting our monthly fleet fuel economy average late in 2010 with our sales figures. Now, our EPA combined fuel economy then was 25.4 mpg, and we improved that to 28.3 by September 2012, right? Now, taking into account the new fuel economy values, you can see we've still shown improvement on our fuel economy during this period. We've gone from about 25.4 to 27.5. Now, that gap you see between the two lines illustrates the impact of the changes. It ranges from 0.1 mpg at the start to 0.8 in September, for an average difference of about 0.4 mpg during the period. Now, many have wondered what impact these fuel economy changes might have on our resale value. I'll tell you, the early news here is actually pretty good, with experts agreeing that the impact, if any, should be minimal. And our auction results are actually showing a slight improvement in November versus October. And we've also encouraged to receive further confirmation of strong residual value projections from ALG, which on Monday confirmed best-in-class residual value awards for the 2013 Elantra, and that's the third straight year we've had that honor, the 2013 Azera, and also the all-new 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe. So that's great news, and now as a brand, Hyundai has the second highest residual value projection in the industry, behind the great product line from our friends at Honda. So that's an update on the fuel economy situation. And I'll fill you in on some other aspects of our business a little bit later, but now let's turn to what this show is all about: innovation and great new product. Right now, we'd like to open a window on our design process by introducing you to a concept car created for a wide-open lifestyle. Here now is what we call the Veloster C3 Roll Top.
welcome Hyundai Design Team member Jordan Leal.
Hello, everybody. We all know that LA and convertibles go together like sun and surf, and we've welcomed every variation on that theme. But this concept actually does convertible like it's never been done before. We started with the Veloster, an already versatile vehicle, but by opening up the top, we've now set the sky as the limit. C3 stands for convertible three-door, and the roll top can stack up at the front or the rear. A drop-down tailgate keeps your boards off your roof and your workbench close by. On the inside, we finished the cargo floor with repurposed skateboards, and the colors come straight from fixed gear bike culture. So that's the C3. Our team had a blast working on it, and we think that you guys are going to have a blast driving it. Thank you. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Jordan. That's a great job. Also, thanks to your design team colleagues who are with us today. Chris Chapman, our North American design chief, is with us as well. Outstanding job. So we're pretty excited about that concept. But what really matters is what you guys think, of course. So please share your thoughts. Let us know. At Hyundai, we listen pretty carefully to our customers for clues about what they need from a vehicle today, and of course, what they might need from a vehicle in the future. And the C3 roll top is one result of that research. It came from listening to folks in their 20s who prefer the path less taken and want more out of life. Now imagine those same young adults, but now in life's next chapter. What happens when their creative bent starts to turn into a growing career? What happens when they get married and begin a life together? In short, what happens when those fun-loving adults become moms and dads? I'll tell you what happens. Santa Fe happens.
Introducing the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe. With its larger interior and seating up to 7, it's the ideal car for those conga lines through the school parking lot, those fun-filled carpools, those Sunday drives to grandma's, or those devil-may-care nights at the malt shop. I don't know, guys, if this is really working, and I'm not feeling it. You know what, guys? Forget this voice. Let's rip it!
Yeah, come on, guys. We got a panoramic sunroof, a power lift gate, Blue Link telematics, 12-speaker Infinity Logic 7 surround sound, and 550 watts of pure power. Yeah! Come on! Woo! Wait, I forgot something, guys. Wait a minute, hold on. We need a little more fun. We need a little more wow. If you know what I mean. A little more wow factor. A little more cowbell. gonna go my way? Are you gonna go my way?
Wow, that was terrific. You guys need to invite me to your next picnic. No kidding. But the Santa Fe truly was made for a family like this one, a family that plays together. Now, to share some of those details with you, I'd like you to welcome my good friend, Vice President of Product and Corporate Planning, Mr. Mike O'Brien.
Thanks, John. I'm sorry I can't sing. This past summer, we launched the Santa Fe Sport, our all-new two-row crossover with seating for 5. It's performing very well for us with strong sales on a tight inventory, just 21 days supply versus 73 days for the industry. Today, we're very proud to introduce its larger 3-row sibling, which we simply call Santa Fe. It provides everything people love about the Santa Fe Sport in a larger, more powerful form. It's longer than its sibling by 8.5 inches, which gives its occupants an additional 38 cubic feet of passenger volume and an additional 2 inches of second-row legroom. Santa Fe also gives you more cargo capacity with 5.5 cubic feet more cargo volume behind the second-row seats. Another big difference, 3 rows of adult-sized seating with your choice of 2 center-row seating configurations. For 7-passenger seating, we offer sliding and reclining center-row bench seat. With its 40-20-40 split folding back, it offers endless combinations for people, skis, bikes, and other gear. For 6-passenger seating, you can select the Santa Fe with center row captain's chairs separated by a walk-through space. With the luxury of personal space, these seats offer a premium touch not usually offered in mid-sized crossovers. Inside, families enjoy all the premium touches found in Santa Fe Sport, including a panoramic sunroof, side window sunshades, and an optional 12-speaker, 550-watt Infinity Logic 7 surround audio system from Harman, together with HD radio. Santa Fe also introduces a power liftgate to our crossover lineup. Because it's built for bigger families and bigger fun, the Santa Fe also gets a standard 3.3-liter direct-injected V6, which contributes to its standard of 5,000 pounds of towing capacity. But Santa Fe just doesn't add power. It also adds lightness. By using more high-strength and ultra-high-strength steel, we've actually made it more than 300 pounds lighter than our outgoing 3-row crossover, the Hyundai Veracruz. This gives Santa Fe an impressive power-to-weight ratio of 13.6 pounds per horsepower, a marked improvement over our competitors' V6 offerings. So, for a vehicle in this size category, it's actually a lot of fun to drive, especially with our active cornering control all-wheel drive, a torque vectoring system more typically found in luxury crossovers. We'll have final pricing and other details for you a little closer to launch, but suffice it to say, the 3-row Santa Fe will be very competitively priced and a very popular choice for active families who just want a vehicle designed for them. And now, a final word from John.
All right, so the new Santa Fe demonstrates our commitment to serving the needs of the American family. And you know, it's a segment we've never really been well represented in. If you look back, our prior 7-seaters, the Entourage and the Veracruz, they never really broke through much more than 10 to 20,000 unit sales a year. And with this new Santa Fe, we think we've got much more upside. Now, safety is going to be a big part of the Santa Fe story, and that's one of the reasons we're really proud of the fact that the Santa Fe Sport was just awarded the IIHS Top Safety Pick honor. And that's the 7th Hyundai model we've had to get that esteemed honor. That's important for us. So that's the story on the all-new Santa Fe. Now, before we go, let me give you a sense of how things are looking for us from a sales standpoint through the end of the year. First of all, we're really encouraged to see that according to Compete, shopping activity for Hyundai is up 10% for the first half of November compared to the first half of October, even while the industry shopper volume is down just a little bit, about 4%. In our stores, we're also seeing an increase in sales pace. We're definitely going to set an all-time November sales record. That's great. And we'll finish ahead of last month's sales of 50,271 units. And the great news, too, is we're seeing strength across the entire Hyundai lineup. The increased availability of Elantra from the third shift at our plant in Alabama is definitely helping us ease that availability crunch that our dealers have experienced most of this year. Now, looking through year end, you may remember that earlier this year, we talked about the possibility of Hyundai breaking 700,000 unit sales for the very first time this year. You're probably wondering, can we do it? We honestly don't know yet. We've got a shot. We're still short on availability of cars like Accent and Veloster, but overall availability is improved. So we do have a chance, and we'll share our progress with you guys as the year goes on. Now, before I go, I did want to share one more thing with you. We've had a bit of a tradition here at the LA show of hosting a musical event at a local venue. Last year, we had John Legend playing with us at the Grammy Museum. And the year before that, you guys may remember, we had Jeff Bridges and T-Bone Burnett playing songs from the Crazy Heart soundtrack over at the classic Hotel Figueroa. Now, this year, we're back at the Fig, and we've got these two guys. You know these guys? Jack Black and Kyle Gass, who form the, how shall I say this, rather eccentric power rock duo called Tenacious D. So we hope to see you all at the Hotel Figueroa tonight. Tenacious D is on at 6:30, and we'll also have an all-new Santa Fe to show you there as well. So with that, why don't you guys come on up, have a closer look at the C3 Veloster concept and our all-new 7-passenger Santa Fe. We'd love to answer any questions you may have. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
All right, you guys, welcome on back. As you saw, it was pretty exciting with that Santa Fe and the concept Veloster C3. I'm Kristen Burt, and I'm going to be hosting the rest of the post show here. We're going to be talking to a lot of the people that are behind the design, as well as marketing, and even President and CEO John Krafcik. So we're really excited to have all that. Remember, your questions are coming in, but if you'd like to submit more questions, please do so. You'll notice that the form is just to the right of your screen, and you'll be able to submit those. We'll answer as many as we can. But as you can see, it's been pretty exciting with what's happening with the Santa Fe and really getting all of that information out to you. Now, what we're going to do is talk to the man, one of the men behind the concept vehicle. We have Jordan Leal, who's right over there, Gary, if you can go and grab him. This is what's great about live. Everyone's all around. You can see the journalists all behind us gathering around, taking a look at that Santa Fe. So please welcome graphic designer for Hyundai Design North America, Jordan Leal. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I know, nice to meet you too. Great job up there. I mean, tell us what was the inspiration behind that vehicle?
There were a few things. One was obviously the fixed gear bike culture seen around town. The other one was this idea that we've been kind of cultivating, and it has to do with not just using recycled material, but repurposing found material, which is also very responsible.
And this is exciting because here you are, you worked on the design, and then here you are at the Los Angeles International Auto Show. This is a big deal.
Yeah, huge.
And your story is kind of interesting because you started as an intern, like not too long ago.
Yeah, just this June, and I just graduated from the Academy of Art in San Francisco. It's been a great internship, and it's been a great show so far.
I love that. Well, congratulations. We love seeing the Veloster C3. So you are doing such a great job, and I know everyone that's coming to the auto show this week is going to love seeing that as well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jordan. All right, you guys, we go from Jordan right to the president and CEO, John Krafcik, who is right here waiting for us. John, hi. Good to see you again.
See you.
All right, everyone's questions are coming in, so we'll ask a few in just a moment. But, I want to hear your thoughts on the Santa Fe.
Well, we're excited about the Santa Fe. As I was saying, we've never had a successful 7-passenger vehicle in our lineup. We've tried Entourage, and we had the Veracruz. We never put a lot of muscle behind it, and maybe the products weren't as good as they could be. This new Santa Fe, we think, is perfect, and we really don't know how high the upside is. I'll tell you, Kristen, American families want to buy Hyundais, but we really haven't had a good one in our showroom for folks who have 2 or 3 kids. Now we do, and we're so pumped about it.
And what's great, too, is people want technology, and you guys really are leading the way in terms of innovation, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, everything from airbags and the safety technology to things like the power liftgate and our BlueLink telematics system. We're putting great horsepower together with great fuel economy, this 5,000-pound trailer tow rating. Yeah, it's a great story.
All right, you ready to take a viewer question or two? All right, let's do it. I've got questions that have already come in.
Okay.
That are...
What are the prices? Sorry, we can't
What are the
tell you
prices?
now.
It's always pricing. Here we go. It's labeled just for you. This is from Frank Zarinsky, and he wanted to know, will Hyundai be coming out with a premium SUV that will position itself above the LWB Santa Fe?
So Frank, you may want to position with us on the product planning side. It's an interesting thought, and of course we have thought about doing a rear-wheel drive version of our Genesis platform that's a crossover. It makes a lot of sense. I think it would be an interesting space for us. So it's something that we're looking at. We don't have any definitive plan, but Frank, call me later and maybe we can talk about a product planning position.
He can tweet you too.
There you go.
You are on Twitter, I know that. Here's another question I have. What are we looking forward to in 2013 that people might have questions about?
Well, we've just launched all of these cars, so 2013 for us is really, we want to cement our Hyundai reputation in the marketplace, and we stand for this value and, the safety positioning I think you're going to see come out stronger than it ever has before. And for the first time ever, you're going to see a major focus on Santa Fe. This really has been a major part of our marketing since we launched the last generation Santa Fe in 2007, right? This year, you're going to see a lot of Santa Fe focus, including, perhaps, I hope I'm not giving away too much, a Super Bowl spot focused on the Santa Fe.
That's exciting. And people always ask at the auto shows about the concept cars. When are we going to see it in production?
Oh, do you guys like to, we need to hear from you. Let us know what you think about the C3 Veloster roll top concept. I think it's a lot of fun. And we have, in the past, brought concept cars to auto shows and heard good comments like the original Veloster and actually put the car into production. So if we get a lot of good interest from you guys on this roll top, we might be able to figure out a way to do something like that.
Fantastic. Yeah, we appreciate that. We appreciate you talking with us because it really shows that Hyundai is moving forward in terms of innovation and customer concerns.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Kristen.
Thank you. Good seeing you again.
Bye now.
All right. As you saw, we got President and CEO John Kravchuk. But other things that we are going to be talking about, we'll be talking with some of the other people behind the technology. We want to remind you that you need to continue to submit your questions. And look at this. I have all the journalists around me, coming around me because everyone wants to talk to John. This is the beauty of live television. You just never know what's going to happen. But continue to submit those questions, and we will get them answered as best possible. All right, in just a moment, we are going to have John Sean, and he'll be talking with us in just a moment. And who knows if I'm going to have any room by the end of all of this, because everyone's trying to talk to John Kravchuk behind me. All right. John Sean, come on in here, because I don't know if there's any room otherwise. All right, you're a product planning manager at Hyundai Motor America. Talk to us about the excitement around the Santa Fe.
Well, the all-new Santa Fe, we're offering it in 2 trim configurations. We have the 5-passenger along with the 7-passenger version. So it's a very exciting model for us. It helps us target a wide segment of the family market.
We saw the excitement behind it, and maybe this is for someone that, doesn't necessarily want the minivan, but still wants to be cool and have the cargo space and everything else. Talk about what that consumer is looking for.
Exactly. Those customers are usually looking for a lot more interior volume, whether they need a third row of seats or not. And a minivan doesn't really have the stylistic elements that they're looking for. Whereas the all-new Santa Fe, especially the 3-row model, has a very dynamic exterior design that will kind of appeal to those families.
That's incredible. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about technology, because technology features have become such a big deal in vehicles, and that's what the consumer is looking for. But we do have someone that's going to help us with that, and that is Dawn Geary.
Yes.
And she's the Senior Marketing Manager of Infinity Audio. So let's bring Dawn on in. Come on in. Yes. Stay in, John. Yeah, we want you in here. All right, perfect.
Sounds good.
We were just talking about technology in terms of the Santa Fe. How important is it to have a partnership with Infinity?
Well, Infinity's has been very vital. They have some of the best sound systems available in the automotive industry and the home theater industry as well. So, their Logic 7 surround sound is something that we're really proud of, and the sound quality in our vehicles have been very great.
And Don, tell us what we can look forward to in the Santa Fe.
Well, the system in the Santa Fe is a 550 watt surround sound, Logic 7 surround, as John mentioned, so a lot of power behind it. There are 12 strategically integrated speakers, one of which is actually an enclosed subwoofer, so that gives you that tight, punchy bass response that people seem to love. You're also going to get a center channel that allows for a wideness of sound stage. So when you're listening in the vehicle, it actually is going to seem like the sound is coming from places outside the Santa Fe.
So it's going to drown out all the noise from the kids in the back, right?
I can't promise that.
All right, I'm going to bring you in here. Just step on in. We need good light, and it's a tight space right over here. What are you seeing, like in terms of what people are wanting? Yes, they're wanting important sound systems and everything else, but are there different levels of audio that they can choose from?
Well, the Infinity system, the Logic 7 surround system, is the premium system in the Santa Fe, so it's available on select trim levels. But we're really proud of it. We think it's the best, and we think the customers are going to want that.
Yeah, they're definitely responding to all of the technology. So we appreciate both of you stopping by. And I think I have a couple questions for you, John. Are you ready to answer them?
Sure, I'll try my best.
All right. Dawn just took off, but Dawn, thank you so much. Hopefully she doesn't have any questions come from the viewers. But this one is from Bob Barron, and he is a Hyundai owner. So come on over. Let's try and get as close as we can to the Santa Fe. He wanted to know what the option packages and prices are. I'm not sure we have packaging and prices yet, do we?
We do have packaging completed. Unfortunately, pricing will be released closer to actual launch date, so when the vehicle is available for retail sales. But the packages are very simple. We have a 7-passenger GLS version and a 6-passenger, that's the second row captain's chair, limited model. Each of those has 2 option packages available.
All right, some good things to look forward to, and I think I have one more question for you. Hot off the press, and that is from Hans Bartels, and he is also a Hyundai owner. And he said, when is there a new Equus with a larger moonroof or even a convertible? They want to know everything, John.
Yeah, the Equus, we're working on the next generation model, and that version will definitely have a larger panoramic sunroof. And a convertible is an interesting idea. I don't know if we're looking at that very seriously, but everything's on the table still.
So definitely bring it to the powers that be, right?
Exactly.
And anything you want to point out, since we're seeing the back of the Hyundai Santa Fe, one key item like on the exterior that people really should look out for?
I think on the exterior is the overall dynamic design. So if you look at Hyundai's fluidic sculpture design language, this is that refined. It's the next evolution of fluidic sculpture. It's what we're calling fluidic precision. So what you see is very taut lines. It's more tailored on its exterior design. And in addition, we have very premium features such as dual exhaust and chrome front grills and everything else.
And what about cargo space? Because I know families always want cargo space.
That's a great point because the cargo space on this vehicle is excellent. Even with the third rows folded up, I don't know if you can see it right now, but even with the third rows folded up, you get 13.5 cubic feet of cargo volume. And with the third row folded down, you get over the Santa Fe Sport, the two-row model, you get 5.5 cubic feet more cargo volume.
So plenty for the carpool, camping, whatever you need.
Exactly, whatever gear you need. In addition, it comes standard with 5,000 pounds of towing. So, the modern family and all their recreational needs, we hope to satisfy their demands.
Is it hard to keep up? Because, consumers want more and more these days in vehicles, and you guys have to listen to all of them, don't you? So how do you keep up design-wise?
That's an interesting question. I mean, there's just so much that's still to be done on automotive design and features and everything else. We try our best to listen to our customers. We have a Hyundai owner community called Hyundai Think Tank that we get a lot of great input from.
Oh, that's good. So people can definitely check that out and give ideas to Hyundai. All right, John, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your insight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we have been going through, and we're getting edged out here. You've noticed that I've moved over and over and over. All right, we are going to introduce Mike O'Brien next. He's Vice President of Corporate and Product Planning. And the great thing is he's going to give us some insight on the reaction to today. Mike, come on in. We'll do this right over here, no problem. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
This is pretty exciting. Look at the reaction. I mean, what kind of feedback are you getting?
Well, we've been selling the Santa Fe Sport now for a few months.
and it's been doing extremely well. Not only has our Motor Press done a great job of reviewing it, and they've been very fond of it, but our customers love it too. You know, normally you think about a 2-month supply of vehicles and inventory is good. Right now the market's at, all dealers are about 73-day supply. We're running about 21-day supply of Santa Fe, which basically, simply speaking, is can't get enough of them. So
That's a good problem for you.
it's very good for us. So for us, it's all about doing a better job with families. So we knock the cover off the ball with couples and with singles, and we do well with older folks as well. But an area where we need to do better is the area of families, and of course, families are very important for us. So we want to find the kinds of vehicle choices for them that resonate with them well, and this car should do very well with them.
That's great. And families are demanding in terms of wanting technology, they want cargo space, they want comfort, but they still want style. You know, the days of just grabbing a minivan are over, I think. People, want a choice.
They do. It's really all about choice. Doggone it, those customers want choice.
How dare they?
Yes. And so we really tried to give it to them with Santa Fe. With Santa Fe Sport, it's for young families, maybe with a single child, could be for older empty nesters. So they have a short wheelbase, 2 rows of seating, easy to park, great gas mileage. For families that have a lot of kids, a lot of outdoor activities, a very active lifestyle, we have Santa Fe. That's a longer vehicle, 3 rows of seating, very reconfigurable, many different ways. So it really meets the needs of a real active family.
Yeah, and I love that because cargo space is always the one thing that people always ask, and you're definitely getting that with the Santa Fe, aren't you?
We are. So we have over 35 extra cubic feet of cargo space versus a Santa Fe Sport. Really gives the customer, the owner of these vehicles, and the families that buy them a way to configure it any way they want, either bicycles, kayaks, sporting goods, whatever, and kids.
Whatever it is you need, we have some questions hot off the press. Are you ready to answer them?
Let's see.
Yes. Okay, so we have Mike Salvati. He's a Hyundai dealership staff, and he said, what is the pricing and what are the packages going to be? Do you have any inside information?
What I can tell you is to make it very easy for customers to shop and very easy for dealers to sell. We're configuring this product almost identically to the Santa Fe Sport. So the way you see the packages and trim configurations for Santa Fe Sport can be virtually the same for Santa Fe. So really the big difference is we have 2 seating configurations. We have a 7-passenger seating with a second row that's a bench seat, the 40-20-40 split folding. And then we have a 6-passenger captain's chair arrangement for people that want a lot of extra personal space and a touch of luxury.
Again, we're talking about choices, and the consumer's definitely going to get that with the Santa Fe. Do we have another question that's coming off? All right. I love this because we told you that you can do these questions live, and that's exactly what we're doing. Remember, that form is just to the right of your screen, so come on and bring them on. All right, this is from Ralph Shahine, and he's also a Hyundai owner. Will the new Genesis Coupe feature a V6 turbocharged engine?
Ralph, that is a good question. And believe me, I wish for that every night when I fall asleep. Certainly there's a lot of things we're working on in the future. A little bit too early to talk about them, but that's certainly a great idea, and it's not one that's been missed. If you remember last year at the SEMA show, we showed a twin-turbo V6 Genesis Coupe concept car, so a little bit of a hint of what we're thinking about.
You know, it's so interesting because consumers give so much feedback these days, and it's so easy to do so with social media. And how much of that feedback are you taking from the consumers and taking it to actual design?
We go directly to our parent company and our design staff. Our design staff's actually here right now on the floor today. And you'd be amazed if you look at all the data and all the information that they look for directly from our customers that buy our cars, as well as the ones who don't, to learn what they're looking for when they are searching for a new car in the future.
All right, we have a lot to talk about in terms of technology. We have an expert with us. We have Jeff Jury. He's COO of HD Radio. He's going to join us. So Jeff, come on in here, because again, we're talking about partnership in terms of technology. How important is a partnership with something like HD Radio?
We're very excited to be partners with the HD Radio folks, because for us, it's another way to give our customers what they want, which is choice. And HD Radio for us is a great example of choice, because not only does it expand the envelope for FM and AM radio, but it gives them things you can't get with standard broadcast. So it's really good for our customers.
And what are we getting in the Santa Fe from HD Radio?
Okay, so in the Santa Fe, you're getting the improved audio quality with HD radio on all your AM and FM stations. You're also getting new channels that you cannot get in the analog radio. Take a market like LA, it's probably 35 new channels that are out there today you can only pick up in an HD radio system that you can't get in an analog radio. And for the first time in a Hyundai, we've got the introduction of iTunes tagging, which is an ability for music discovery for the consumer to say, hey, I like that song. You press a button on the radio, it tags it, it saves it. Later on, you can download that from iTunes if you want to purchase it or get more information about the music.
So in terms of technology, I mean, because consumers want the cutting edge and they want it in their vehicle and they want it now. How do you guys together work to give the consumer what they want and stay ahead of the curve?
Well, there's a lot going on there too, and I think we can maybe learn from Jeff. There's even more coming in the future. So, you know, the iTunes tagging is the first thing, which is great for me. I can't remember long enough, so I need something to remind me to buy that tune. But we even have more coming. Maybe Jeff can tell us.
Oh, can you tease us with something maybe?
Yeah, so I think the next big introduction will be Artist Experience, which is a visual capability on the radio. So the station sends a song, or you're listening to the song, you can get artist image, album art, maybe liner notes about the song. So it creates a much more visual and audio-oriented experience for the consumer. So it takes advantage of the great screen that's already in the Santa Fe and offers up great new content.
So how far away is that?
It's coming in the future. So right now we're talking about iTunes tagging launching, but you will see it in the future. It is scheduled to come out.
All right, good. We have no time frame because, you know, people, when they hear, well, when's that coming? They want to know immediately. That's sort of the consumer that we have these days. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us, Jeff. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. And we have had so much excitement here today. We're going to talk a little bit more about what is happening with public relations. We do have Jim Trainer. He is head of product PR for Hyundai North America. Come on in, Jim. All right, Jim, good to see you. Oh, you're right in front of the camera. There you go.
I've never done this before.
You've never done this before. No, you have. This PR. All right. What an exciting day this has been. Not only have we had the Santa Fe 7-passenger launch, but also a really cool Veloster C3. Talk about that for Hyundai.
Well, you know, our design center in Irvine is filled with really cool, creative people. And they wanted to show off a little bit. And we said, let's do it at the LA Auto Show. And it was totally their idea to come up with the C3 roll top. You know, the skateboard theme, the fixie bike theme, some of the things that we're seeing in Southern California that's going to be more and more popular. And what's really nice about it is we've got that. So you got the kind of wild, but then you got the reality too with the, you know, with the bigger Santa Fe. So we saw this as a really nice mix, great way to, you know, make our presence felt here at the LA Auto Show, which is kind of our home show because we're just down the road. So I think the two of them kind of go together nicely.
It's really kind of a nice balance because consumers always want to see the future and what that concept vehicle is. But then for the consumer that's in the market right now, they do want to see that reality.
It's kind of crazy. I've been looking at some of the questions that are coming in, and people are asking, you know, will the roll top roof flutter in the wind? Will you hear noise at, you know, at highway speed? Can you put the top back when the car's going? I mean, it's just the concept. It's going to be here and maybe nowhere else, but it's kind of cool to see that people are really that interested in asking kinds of questions like those that maybe, you know, someday we'll do a convertible Veloster. Who knows?
I know, people always want to know, is it coming out now, that concept car? Now, this isn't the only big auto show we see throughout the year. There's also Detroit and Chicago and New York. What are we going to see in 2013 at the auto shows?
Well, in Detroit in January, we will have, I'll give you a little tease, it's called HCD 14. And it's going to be a really hot concept vehicle.
HCD 14. Can you give us a little teaser what category of vehicle it is?
Well, I'll tell you that that's Hyundai California design, so it's from our studios here in Irvine, and it's going to be in the luxury segment, and it's going to be the only vehicle that we feature in Detroit. So our sole focus in Detroit will be on that car.
So those that you're lucky enough to be in the Midwest, that may be a show definitely to hit to check that out because some of the concept vehicles are unbelievable and the technology that's going into these. We may not see that actual vehicle be made, but we will see elements of it being made.
Yeah, especially the car that I'm hinting at for Detroit. That's exactly what's going to happen. Concept cars, you know, really take on a life of their own. And we were just at SEMA 4 weeks ago, and we had 8 cars in our booth there. They were just one-off, fun cars with, you know, big wheels and crazy engines and that. And the interest that potential customers, everyone loves concept cars, and we do them really well. And now that we've got cars like Veloster and Genesis Coupe and Elantra GT, we've got a family of cars now that really work in the enthusiast community. So sky's the limit.
Great. Well, Jim, thank you so much for the tease, because I'm definitely looking forward to Detroit now.
All right, thank you. See you there.
Thank you, you bet. All right, you guys, we want to thank you so much for joining us here today. It's been such an exciting morning at the Los Angeles International Auto Show. Again, that's Santa Fe, as well as the Concept Veloster C3. And you heard it, you guys heard it, all of that little tease of what's happening at the Detroit Auto Show happening in January 2013. Again, if you want to give us feedback, we would love to hear from you what you thought about this broadcast. I'm Kristen Burt. Thank you again for joining us here at Hyundai in Los Angeles. Take care.